To all the people all around the world. Ooh la 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 la.
Hello, everybody. We are
Hello.
back after the summer break. We took a little bit of break also because we had Let's Play with Shame, our retreat, our two-day event in Berlin, which went amazingly. It was
Yes.
beautiful. So we took a little break and now we're back to chat
Yes.
about our favorite topic. How are you, Sara?
Very good. Welcome back, everyone, to Inner Sono. And yes, we took a nice break, but it was also a good moment, no? To come back to the core of our project, which is about playing and about having fun and rediscovering our authenticity and our essence through playing and having fun, which is also the topic of today's video, today's chat, because it's a bit our favorite topic. Spirituality can be fun, and it has to be fun in order to make us heal. So yeah, we decided to talk about this idea of going back to having fun in order to heal, in order to embrace spirituality in a different way than we see it in society, which is normally something very serious, that you need to achieve something, you need to become someone, you need to be something that you're not. So we thought about this very, very dear topic to us, which is having fun. And we wanted to talk about this, a bit our experience, a bit of the tools and the ways we have to starting again having fun. And yeah, Trinity, what is your experience, your personal experience with the idea of healing and spirituality and having fun, going back to playing?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah, because I think this is our dearest topic for sure. You can see that by the essence of our project that we want to make spirituality and healing fun because we truly believe that it can be fun. Our main event name is Let's Play with Shame. So playing is a core thing in everything we do because we believe that, yes, healing can be fun. And I think the healing process for a lot of people is really intimidating. Spirituality can be really intimidating because we only see the serious side of all of this, which it is serious because it is important. It's a very important journey that we go on. But at the same time, it can also be fun because one of the main thing of the healing process is reconnecting with the inner kid. We talk about the inner child a lot here because we think it's kind of like the root of the healing process. And reconnecting with the inner kid has to do with fun because the inner kid is a part of us that is completely joyful. This part of us lives in wonder, in curiosity, in just enjoying the process, living in the present. So to reconnect with that part of us is extremely important to reconnect with the joy of having fun with no outcome, with no objective, just for the pleasure of doing something. Because I feel also the healing process, as you were saying, and the spirituality, the spiritual awakening process, at some point, there's the risk that it becomes almost like a performance. Yes. I need to do this. I need to become this, as you were saying. I need to reach this, point. I need to reach this goal. And we lose the process because the process is the thing, because throughout the process we discover ourselves. It's through the process that we discover who we are. We go back. We don't really become something. We just peel off a lot of things and we go back to that spark, which is also the spark of the inner kid. And it's a very joyful, vital spark. So it's really, I feel having fun has to be a core point of the healing process because think about it, we are so conditioned as adults to think that fun, enjoyment, pleasure is just a thing for kids. And that's why we become so disconnected from that kid, because we don't allow ourselves to have fun anymore.
True.
While we think that a main part of the healing process has to be reclaiming the right to have fun. It is so healing because you are basically welcoming back a part of you that you had disowned. It's pure shadow work. You are reintegrating a part of you that wants to have fun, still wants to have fun, also if you are an adult. You still
Yeah.
need a part of you. We think that life as an adult has to be serious, and and of course you have a lot of responsibilities, so you have to take certain things seriously, but it doesn't mean that you just cut off fun and pleasure and just enjoying something because of nothing, just because I want to do this. And it's not for a certain outcome. It's not because I need to reach this kind of like level, just because I like it, just because I like to do this. And we kind of like, yeah, we completely shut off that part of us.
Yeah, and again, it's always about finding balance, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, we're adults and we have responsibilities, and there are things that we have to do. But oftentimes we really, really forget that we also have this playful and joyful and vital part in us, which is our inner child, that really wants to just live life and experience and play around. And it's true, like as adults we're so serious, we don't think playing should be part of our adult life. And no, most people are really skeptical, like we told some friends and family members that we wanted to have adults play in our workshop that we did in Berlin, and really reconnecting with this inner kids, and they were really skeptical, like how can you make adults play? It's something that adults shouldn't do. It's like, why do we want to play? And actually no, it's really important, because it's really important to find this balance of course, fulfilling our responsibilities as adults, but also never forgetting that life is fun. Life is these pleasurable moments of being present. And in a way, fun is just, for me, being present in your body, in the present moment, and really going with the flow, without a goal, without an objective, just doing things for the sake of doing them, because you felt a spark in you and you said, wow, now I want to sing, now I want to dance, now I want to run, now I want to paint, whatever, like this. If you look at kids, they don't have an aim, they don't have a goal. When they decide doing something, they want to run, they run, they want to paint, they paint. So we should really observe this natural behavior that kids have. When they don't have a to-do list, they are not, today I'm going to sing, today I'm going to heal, today I'm going to do this. No, it's just whatever comes in them, this little spark, and then they do it. And if we look at kids, then we learn that it's social conditioning that happens to us, and it's like, no, you need to be serious. Now you have responsibilities, you have to-do lists, you have to work, to do everything for a reason.
Yeah.
While reconnecting to this idea of pleasure and fun and playing is really just about doing things for the sake of doing them.
Yeah.
And without structure. Because I remember when I went back to singing, for example, because I felt this need to reconnect with this fun and pleasurable activity that I used to do as a kid. I remember I went to singing classes and I fell back into this structure of doing things as adults. I had to learn the technique, I had to sing in a certain way, be in a certain way. And also that is this conditioning of our fun activities and pleasures. So really doing things, sometimes I'm in the kitchen now and I just sing, and it's so much fun because I have no worry about the performance, about how I sound. Is something that comes out, I'm in the flow. So it's also important to keep in mind that it's really easy to fall back into this idea of having to perform, even for our passions or whatever we liked as a kid. So for me, it's really, really important to say, no, okay, now this moment you're free to do whatever you want. You want to dance? Okay, I don't know the choreography, I don't know the step. Who cares? In a way, we should ask ourselves so many times, no, when we go back to these fun things, who cares? Because mostly no one cares. It's ourselves, the inner critic in our head saying, no, you need to be in a certain way, you need to do this in a certain way. So finding a balance.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's really connected to the idea of perfectionism. We spoke about perfectionism in a previous chat. I was talking with a client just a couple of days ago, and we were really seeing how we don't have fun when we want to be perfect. It's no fun to be perfect. There's this inner critic that believes that we need to be perfect. We will be happy if we are perfect, but we won't. It's no fun to be perfect.
No.
First, because we will never reach it. So we will always be unsatisfied. So that's no fun at all. That's no fun at all. We always live in the future or in the mistakes of the past. So we're not in the present. So it's no fun, it's no enjoyment to try to be perfect. But that sneaky, inner critic makes us believe that, yeah, only if you are perfect, you are happy, you are content. But it's not true. Actually, when we are the happiest and then we enjoy things when we just let go, we don't worry anymore about the way we look, the way we sound, the way I'm just being me. It doesn't matter. I'm just having fun. I'm just enjoying this moment.
Yeah.
So I feel this perfection in everything. Everything becomes like, yes, a performance. So we have to be perfect. Also in the healing process, it makes it too serious, too. Yeah, it's almost like it's like a work, a job we are doing. While it's actually the opposite. We are peeling off all those conditioning, all that big structure that we have that says that things has to be in a certain way, has to be done in a certain way, and there's no other way. While being messy, being chaotic, accepting the fact that we can also be messy in things.
But
As we were kids,
Yeah.
that's fun. Being messy is fun. And we like to do messy things in our events. We painted, being messy with things. It's what makes us alive. Because there's like, nothing is already, structured. There's that spontaneity when things are messy. We have more fun when allowing ourselves also to be messy, to enjoy the process, to discover things, And I feel this is something really important because we live in a hyper masculine society. So there's that too much structure, too much, too much of the logic, too much of the doing, too much. So we need to rebalance that. That's also why the word balance is perfect, because of course we don't have to ignore the structure, ignore the performance, the doing, the striving for something. That's also necessary. But if there's only that, there's a problem, because we are losing the other part of us that it's also free. Wants to experience that freedom to just do without a structure, just enjoy something because I want to do it and I don't care about the results. I just want to do this,
But
So
it
we
is
need to
so hard.
balance. We need to balance both parts, because we need both parts, because both parts kind of like feed each other. They really feed each other.
True.
So also the structure and the performance will become better if we also make space for the fun, the enjoyment, because we feed both part of us. If we only feed one part of us, this part becomes frustrated, stressed, because there's a missing piece. There's an important missing piece.
Definitely. And then we become overwhelmed and stressed. I notice myself when I overthink and I want too much structure and always being doing and achieving, I get headaches, I think too much, I live in my head. And this idea of finding balance over and over again is also, I wanted to share that it is really tough to accept being messy, for example, to accept improvising and playing around, because we grow up with this idea that we need to be perfect, we need to be structured, we need to achieve things to become someone. So for me, it was really, really a long process and a tough process to accept, okay, I am imperfect, and that's the beauty of it. And I remember when I was a kid, my mom told me I hated to get messy, to get dirt in my hand, and to cook with my hands. And she always somehow made it fun and forced me in a way to really maybe paint with my hands and get dirty with no structure and getting messy. But I remember the feeling of, I was really disgusted, but even, like going to the beach and touching the sand, and it was a super long process and journey for me to say, okay, that's the healing, because most things that you get triggered by and get disgusted by or like scared by, like, that's where the healing is. So I started again, trying to cook with my hands and planting, plants on my balcony, all these things that in my head were like, a bit disgusting. And that's where the healing is. And it took very, very, very long time for me to accept that being messy is okay. That just having fun with no structure, no idea of performance, it's actually the beauty of life. And it's really, a training. It's a journey, as you were saying, the process, learning that the healing process has no end goal, has no objective. There will be no day where we tick off something of our to-do list. Okay, I'm healed, I'm done, now I'm good. No, and that's the beauty of the process and of learning how to over and over and over again finding this balance. So actually my suggestion is to find those activities where you go with the flow, where you are messy and doing it little by little by little, always accepting that there is the inner critic and there is our masculine side that always wants to perform and to do, and being kind. And it's like, okay, it's normal, like as adults we're all serious, don't feel wrong if you don't have fun. For many years I haven't had fun, I haven't played, I haven't gotten messy, I haven't done something just for the pleasure of it, and I was always disconnected from the body, always in the mind. So it's fine, like you can start today by doing something, singing in the kitchen, going back to painting, or something that you liked when you were a kid. And that's the real fun and the real pleasure. Whatever came, as this spark that you had no idea where it came from, that's you, that's your spontaneous and lively part.
Yeah. I think it's something that happens to all of us. At a certain age, we just cut off that part that just wants to have fun, to laugh, to play. And we just go to only one side because it's just the way society works, At a certain point, we're not allowed anymore to explore that part. But just believe that part, it's done. The time of this part is done. While it's a lie is still inside of us. So I feel it's the process that you described. It's something that we all went through. I went through that as well. I felt like the pressure to just cut off all the things that I like to do, like acting, singing, just for the pleasure of doing. I wasn't in doing those things as a career-based thought, but more just because I like to do them. So I was just in my room playing around, dancing, singing, acting, imagining. I completely shut off that part of me. But that's how we lose that fantasy, that wonder that we still need also to feed the other part, the desire to create things, to strive for a goal. But if there's no inner kid, if there's no wonder, if there's no vitality, if there's no fantasy to feed that part, this part is gray. is really gray and sad. And it's just has no vitality. It's almost like a plant that is, shriveled. But we need the spark of the wonder, of the fantasy, of the dreams to feed the doing. Because if we don't have that, what do? We do things that we don't even enjoy,
Yeah, we're robots.
Yeah, we are robots. We are really robots. So I feel like, this thing about being messy is really interesting, because I feel like when we are messy and we just have fun, there's like a guilt inside of us sneaking in. Like, oh, I'm not enough. I'm not enough if I'm just messy, if I just have fun and I'm not the robot. I'm not the, perfect adult mess. I'm not enough. I feel that's the biggest fear, when we just allow ourselves to have fun, to not be perfect, to just enjoy the process. Oh, but I'm not enough. I'm not enough because this is not what society told me I can be now. I'm an adult. I'm not enough if I just let myself be a kid, if I'm just let myself explore these things, because they're not productive, where they're not leading me somewhere. I'm just in the present. I'm just singing. I'm just painting. But what for? For you.
What for?
What for? For
Yeah.
you, for your healing, for you to start enjoying life again. That's what for. We don't even think about that, but it's everything. It's everything. So I feel that's why having fun, it's so important for our healing process, because hey, you are regaining the joy of living. You are telling yourself you are enough when you have fun. You don't need to do anything more. You are enough also when you do nothing, when you're just having fun. You're not enough only when you are performing, striving, even if it's just on a spiritual journey, because also that can become a performance. No, you are enough also if you're just having fun to heal, because having fun is healing.
Wow.
So it's really like, yeah, it's telling ourselves that we are enough no matter what we do. Even if we do nothing and we just have fun, we play around, we refine things that we used to do when we were kids. That's enough. That's super enough, because actually you are healing a part of you. So it's the best thing you can do for yourself. But I feel like we get lost in so many healing modalities and books and things, which are all great. They are all great. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do those things, but again, balance.
Balance. It's the word of the day.
Yes, because it's true. I feel like we get lost in so many serious and complicated stuff, but we forget the core, the basis, which is reconnecting with that joy of living. What do we heal for then? Don't we heal so that we can enjoy more the human experience? So go back to do what you used to enjoy, what brings you enjoyment.
Yeah.
That's why we always talk about the inner child, and all of our activities are so connected to creativity, because that's where we all find enjoyment.
If not, we risk being stuck again in the head, even in the healing journey. I always tend to, always prioritize reading books and going to workshops and webinars and learning, and always filtering also this healing and this spiritual journey through the mind, through the rationality. And I often forget that no, we heal by being in the present, by being connected to ourselves and in the body and doing physical things.
Yeah.
If you think about what we liked as kids, is all these activities that are connecting ourselves to ourselves and to our body and to the present moment. All these activities where you're in the flow. Most kids, they like to sing and to run and to dance and to paint and to do the little show in the school. All these things that really connect you with your voice, with your authenticity, and with your body. Like kids are not there and they, yeah, I want to read a book about philosophy and that's it. No, they might read the book, but then after that they start and they go outside and they are in nature and they play around with other kids. So really, again, in the practice of the healing journey and the spirituality, always finding this balance. And it's amazing to read books, go to webinars, listen to podcasts, and really absorb
Expanding,
knowledge, and
yeah.
it's like new ideas and everything. But we shouldn't stay stuck in the head. I always feel there is a division in my body, and it's like, okay, there is my head where everything happens, and then there is this part, and it's like whatever. And it's always a practice for me to say at least once a day, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have a body, I am in the physical world, and okay, and I force myself, okay, Sarah, now cook or take care of the plants, sing, dance. Most days I put a song in the morning, just one, and I just move the body. It's like, okay, I'm here, because I'm really rational, and I've always lived in this masculine side with this inner critic telling me, if you don't do this, you're useless. So for me, it's been a very long practice to find this balance. And I'm totally imperfect, which I'm learning is the beauty of it. But every day I find a little trick to bring myself back to the body. And then it's true, like it's fun whenever I put this song in the morning, or when I go in nature, or I just breathe once, and it's like, oh wow, that's cool actually, because how do we feel pleasure? Through the body, through the senses.
Yeah.
So very rarely pleasure is just in the head. It's like we need to come back to the present moment, and we both love to do it, and this is also what we do. We have this online free event which is called Dancing Kids, where we just dance to reconnect with this inner kid, to have this beautiful session all together when we have fun.
Yeah.
Stop for a moment being serious again, and there is no performance needed. You don't need to be able to dance. Everyone is able to dance, we don't do the choreography, we just, you magically put together these beautiful music sets, and we're just there, showing our inner kids and this spark and this vitality, as you were saying. And you're all invited, by the way. It's on the 9th of November. Yes, it's going to be online and for free. We will put all the information below the video. But yeah, how do you reconnect with this fun and
Oh,
pleasure?
yes, absolutely, through body activities. I feel like we are so called, the both of us, to promote this type of activities throughout all the things that we do, because that's the process that we went through, coming back to the body, by doing those activities, because they are fun, they are pleasurable. My inner healing journey got deeper when I got back to singing, dancing, when I just reaccepted these parts of me that were forgotten, that I wasn't doing them anymore for the pleasure. I was always like, oh, but if I sing, I need to be this, I have to perform in this way. If I dance, I need to move in a certain way, because what the people will think, and this and that. No, the healing process for me really started when I just started to just go, just all this fog. There was all this fog in my head, and I had to just really almost like dissipate all this fog and find the light, which is just like sing because you love it. Who cares? How do you sound?
Yeah, again,
Dance
what
because
for
yeah,
you?
yeah, dance because you love it. Do it for yourself because
Yeah.
you love to do it. Just forget about how you sound. Forget about how you look. This is something that you do for you because you love it. Because when you do it, there's like this spark, and you come back to the present. Finally, the fog goes away, and you just move. It's really like an energetic thing as well. You just start moving all this energy that we have stuck in the head all day, and just bring it back down to the body, and we need to do that. We need to do that, or we leave, as you said. Only in the end, the other part of the body is almost like, what is this? It's like plastic. It's like, I'm like a doll. I don't know what it is. No, we need to bring the energy, the vitality back to the body. So for me, it really got deeper when I started to do those things again. And of course, he also brought up emotions and things to heal, because he was reconnected with the inner kid and, facing shame, facing guilt, facing fear of judgment, fear of failure, perfectionism. So many things come up when we start to do this process. So yes, we have fun, but we also, that's why we say, yeah, it's fun, but it's also serious, because you really face important stuff.
Yeah.
But you do it by reconnecting with this right to have fun, to just be yourself, which is not perfect, which is messy and it's chaotic and it's weird. And that's completely okay. Because that's the biggest part of the healing process, at least for me. That's what it is, that's what it was, and that's what I feel called to promote here, is acceptance. Accepting the part of you that just wants to have fun, doesn't care about being perfect, because perfect is no fun. Just wants to be messy, wants to be, this part of you wants to be yourself. Just allow it, allow it to be yourself. So yes, I had a very similar journey to you. I feel like going back to the body, going back to the present moment was really helpful for me to do this, by just reconnected with the joy of having fun, because fun is in the present moment. It's not in the head, it's not in the past, it's not in the future. Fun is when we are in the present moment, and being in the present moment, being in the body, is the one of the most important part of the healing process. Being able to come back into the body, to come back to that ability to feel. You mentioned the ability to feel, to use the five senses. So that's so important. We come in touch again with our emotions, which is so healing. Starting to feel again, it can be painful, because there are a lot of things stuck. But again, as you said, where there's resistance, there's healing. So
there is healing.
We liberate a lot of things inside of us. We start to express who we are again. So yes, I feel like we feel so called to promote all these things: dancing, painting, acting, singing, because they can be intimidating as well. They can be confronting, but once you start doing them, you actually, you just come alive again. So
Exactly.
it is confronting, this as well. It can be intimidating, because it's kind of like, oh my God, I feel so much shame. How can I do this, like, in front of people? How can I just, you don't even know how to do it anymore. But once you just start, as you said, just little, step by step, little by little, you feel that call, you feel that spot, you recognize something, you remember, this is me. Oh my God, I love to do this. Okay, I feel shame, but I don't want to do this. I want to dance.
Yeah.
Dancing Kids, as no, the event that we're doing. Maybe now you're thinking, oh, but how can I dance in front of people? I would love to do it, because just dancing for the sake of dancing, I don't need to perform. It's just like I can be myself, because this is the safe space of Dancing Kids. You can bring whoever you are, and you are accepted. You can dance in whatever way, and you are accepted.
Yeah.
But it can be also like, oh my God, how can I do this? But there's the call. You have that, I would love to, but and that's the sign that there's a part of you that is kind of like coming alive again, telling you, go, I want to do it. I want to dance. I just want to dance. And the more you lean into that, the more you just really, you remember this part of you, and you just allow this part of you to be again.
Yeah.
And also the adult part of you will be really enlivened by this. You will be, it will almost feel like an integration of these two parts. They will not be separated anymore. It's not that there's your adult and your inner kid. No, they start to become closer and closer. So there's not more a separation between, oh, this is my adult self, and this is the part of me that wants to have fun. The more you start to allow, the more you start to allow this inner kid into your life, the more they just become the same person, because you are also this part. It's not just a separate. So far, probably it has been a separated part of you, but the goal is just to integrate it into your adult self. So yes, you can be an adult. You are an adult, but you can also have this part of fun, of joy again into yourself in everything you do, also in the serious things, bring fun in everything you do. You can again bring fun in everything you do. So yes, you are all invited. You are all invited,
Yes.
dancing kids.
And we know it's really scary, and especially the first few times that you let your inner kid express themselves, it's scary.
We know it. We went through that. A lot of tears.
Scary. But it's also why we really strive to create these safe spaces, like Dancing Kids or the workshop Let's Play with Shame. We understand very deeply that it's scary and it is tough. So that's why we really want to create these spaces where everyone can feel comfortable, to face this fear, this shame, this judgment, being surrounded by people who are there to support everyone. So it's also really important all the time to create a safe space for yourself, to, as we said in previous videos, to reparent yourself. So to have this adult character in you saying, it's okay. Going to the inner kid saying, okay, it's fine to be scared. It's normal. We've been years and years, hiding this part of us. So it's totally fine. So don't feel wrong, and don't feel, that it's impossible to get there, because it is possible, and we are, the proof, the alive proof that it is possible. So just know that it's important to create this safe space for yourself, and we do it for you when we do events, because we understand how tough it can be, but also we see how beautiful and fun it can be, and how this will really connect you with your authentic self, with who you truly are, which again is whatever you were when you were a kid and you were not conditioned and you had no inner critic telling you, you do things like shit, you're useless, you should be like this and stuff. That is you. And we really like to take you by your hand and say, okay, let's get there together. And it's a ongoing process. And as we said, it's all about the journey and the process, and there is no end to it, which is also the beauty of it. I learned in this beautiful journey.
Yeah, it's really about rediscovering a part of you. And when you face this part of you, you're like, oh my God, yes, of course. Because you remember, you're like, yes, oh my God, yes. But it's a process, because at the beginning you really feel like there's nothing there for you because there's so much fear. But the more you get closer, the more you're like, yes, I remember. And it's really like coming back home. It's kind of like, yes, of course. You remember all these things that you love to do, and the more you do them, the more this part of you comes back into you. And it's magic. It's magic. I feel it also has like a result in the way we just live life day by day, the way we look. I feel like the more we do this work, the more we have that inner kid spark also, like in the way we look, the way we behave. I can see it in you, I can see it in me, I can see it in all the people I work with. They're just like a different light in them.
Yes.
Because again, it's kind of like integrating that joyful, fun part of you in everything you do. So it's just a different light. You just have a different light. So it's kind of like magic somehow.
Yes. So let's all become these shiny, lively, and playful adults.
Yeah, let's come dance with us. Let's come with us and just let your spark shine again, You are invited. 9th of November, 6:30 p.m. on Zoom, totally free. You have the link in the description. You can join us for free. You will receive all the details by email once you subscribe. We can't wait to have you there. The last time in July was so fun. We had so much fun. We like to dance to the 80s and 90s so that our inner kid can really come alive, because we are kids from the 80s, from the 90s. That's the music that makes our kid alive again, come back alive again. So you are super, super invited. We can't wait to do that, to hold this safe space for you, as you said, because that's really, really important, and to have fun, because it's really fun. Dancing Kid it's super, super fun. It's just dancing. It's really just pure dancing.
Yes. So we can't wait to have
Yes.
fun with you. Subscribe also to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So get a notification whenever something new and fun is up. And
we will see you on the 9th of November.
Yes. Ciao, everyone.
Stay tuned, because we have so many news for you in the next weeks.
Yes.
Bye,
Ciao,
everyone.
everyone.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
To all the people all around the world. Oh la 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 la.